Once upon a time, I used to drive right across this beaver swamp. You can see the road heading up. It was a lot of fun when I was younger. I hadn't been stuck as much. Last time I went across that road was 6-7 years ago in a Toyota Tacoma. I have an F-250. I think I could make it, but I'm not going to. I'm going to walk around this beaver swamp because we're going on a ramble. And sometimes you got to take the long way home, right? So to get where I want to go, I got to go for a little bit of a walk. This area that I'm in right now, once upon a time, was a village. There were quite a few homes here. There was an ice house, working farm with an ice pond, I should say. And now this area is forested, regrowing, being logged out in places. And it's under the auspices of the Metropolitan District Commission, the MDC, if you will. Springfield Water and Sewer. No motor vehicles. It's all right, I parked over there. But before we take a ramble, let's check out right up here, because you see what I see. There's some serious sugar maples here. And sugar maples mean cellar holes. And here's one. Look at that. The old hearth right here with a basement. So this was probably built, this home, in the 1770s, 1760s. And they put in the old school basement. And that means they dug the foundation, they put in slabs of rock, and then boulders, and then more slabs, so that the fireplace or chimney was resting on the basement. That way it wouldn't collapse. Good idea. You can see how long this cellar hole has been lost. Sit right here. Here's how they would have walked down in to the cellar. Now, there's even a brick there. An old brick. Let me pick up the brick for my friend Dennis, who's a brick collector. And this was, it's intact. An intact brick. I'm going to have to bring the intact brick back for Dennis. He's a brick guy. Very interesting. Look at that. But we got more to see. It's getting dark quick. Well, it's not really getting dark quick, but we have changed the clocks. So the area that I'm walking around in was a farmstead. The forest that we're looking at is regrowing forest, probably 80, 85 years old, 90 years old. When I was a kid, back in the 70s, we'd come here. The trees were a lot smaller, but they were here. Look at the stone wall. And that's got the markings of a stone wall that has a little more to it than meets the eye. Look at the old road cutting in. And we'll investigate that one of these days. So it's early November. I'm wearing my orange hat because it's hunting season. But it is Sunday. So in Massachusetts, there's no hunting on Sunday. A lot of people are trying to change that. I wouldn't mind if there was hunting on Sunday. But right now there isn't. So I don't really need to be wearing the orange hat, being out in the woods on Sunday. But hey, I had it available, so I'm wearing it. And would you look at this? We call this the ledges. Look at that beaver swamp down there. It's big too. It extends beyond the road that we looked at earlier and way down toward those white pines. And this area we call the ledges because look up here. It's beautiful granite ledges plunging down the spine of the Berkshires. We're walking across all kinds of minerals right here. And this is the eastern Berks. So the eastern Berks are known for their plethora of useful and interesting minerals. Look at that rock. A little pegmatite action going on there. A little bit of a doubly metamorphosized rock. So the trail I'm walking up has been created over the years by people that ride quads and three-wheelers. And the city of Springfield, which is 30-something miles away, doesn't like people in this forest. They might be inspired. Look at that beautiful glacial erratic in a pile. Just outstanding. Beautiful, beautiful area. And the ledges march up like waves, and they'll go another 300 feet off the ground toward the west. And you can see the sun declining over there as I skirt the edge of the Beaver Pond, Beaver Swamp. And look right here. See the stone wall? How great is that? Going all the way along the beaver meadow, letting you know how valuable land was for the purposes of domesticating our friends, the merino sheep. There's another cellar hole up there. We're not going to go up there right now. We're coming down to a brook. It's particularly interesting to a kid like me because the brook is dammed right up there. I think you're going to find it interesting too. We're in a drought here. Look at that old sugar maple. Look at it moving through. The beautiful ledges. We're in a special place, and I'm going to show you. I've been wanting to show you this place. So I drove the truck down here just so I could show you. And here it is. Well, this is part of it because it's really big. Right in front of us. See this? Look at that foundation. What are we looking at? Looking at a human settlement out here. And it's really extensive, but now lost. So I remember finding this years ago. Oh, that's not it. It's up here. It's up top. But dry stone foundation, retaining wall for what was quite a home. And you can see right here the remains of the porch or kitchen well. Holy cow. In a drought year. That's a long way down. Sugar maples galore up here. You can see the road. My truck's on the other side of that road. You can see the big sugar maples marching up the road. And then this was quite a farmhouse. A little porch well, and they used cement to stabilize it, obviously. And we can walk up here and take a look. Now, this big stone right here, and maybe that one right there, were used as thresholds to doors. Hard to reconstruct now, but that's what the only real logical explanation for that would be for a door threshold. And there's another one right there. Oh, look. Right on the other side of the well. Do you see it? It fell in the well. Look. A Native American trail marker tree. Not. There's a brick, and there's, people come in here and do a little prospecting, and I think that's awesome. I think it's cool. It's sitting here. People come out in the woods, like I do. It's not hurting nothing. You can see over here. Some sort of cement foundation to a structure. I have a feeling that it had to do with maple syrup. That might have been, and we got this big metal What was that? A stove insert? I don't know. But they might have been making maple syrup right here. As we see these sugar maples. Look at them. Holy cow, huh? Look at those sugar maples just marching down this old road. And you can see the swamp at the bottom of the road. And my truck's right on the other side of that swamp. I did not feel like driving across it. Now look. The big sugar maples marching up the road. And right around the corner over here. Go across the road. And look at what we've got here. Tell me that isn't awesome. This is quite a foundation for a barn. Quite a foundation. Big retaining wall. I wonder if the barn was built on the flat spot up top. There's some sort of pasturage out here. I don't know. You can see that big beaver swamp down there. And all the maples, the children of these sugar maples that the farmer was so intent on leaving alone. They're moldering. Many of them they're still alive, most of them. But they're getting on in years, as they say. So we're going to take a walk above this settlement. And there's multiple settlements on this road. As I go up the road, we're going to stumble into another one, and another one, and another one. And there was a group of farmers that had been neighbors, probably married each other's kids. The children probably married one another, so they were related. They farmed the merino sheep. We see the lines of stone walls along the edge of the road. And they did what farmers do. And what farmers do is try to make it work. A farm is a small business, right? So you got to make it work. The farm that we just left was probably doing pretty well, wouldn't you think? And I'll show you another reason why I think they were doing pretty well. And that's right over here. Down by the stream, where you see the hemlocks colonizing. It's a beautiful forest out here. I've always loved this forest. They are logging though, so who knows? And what we're looking at right here is a reservoir. This is a dam. And it's been breached by flooding over the years, but the beaver, they come in and they fix it up, they build it up. Old